As many of you know, an Assassin's Creed movie is on the way to AMC theaters on May 22nd, 2015. Assassin's Creed will be based on the insanely popular Ubisoft game franchise from the same name. In a recent interview, Michael Fassbender, who will star in Assassin's Creed, talked about the movie and gave an interesting revelation. "We're just developing the script at the moment. I'd heard of it, but had never played the game. I don't have a video game player." That's not what they're called, he laughs. "I met up with the guys from Ubisoft and they told me the story behind it, and I thought it was very interesting, the idea of reliving memories." John, should fans of Assassin's Creed be concerned that Fassbender, who is one of the producers on the film and the star, hasn't ever played one of the games?
No, not at all, not in the least. I actually had some conversations online this morning before coming into the studio, some people saying, now Assassin's Creed is going to be ruined. If he doesn't have a passion for the game, it's not going to be any good. Oh, please. Look, I like to go back, whenever this topic comes up, should so-and-so be a fan of the comic if they're going to be in the movie? Should so-and-so be a fan of the game if they're going to... Look, my greatest example of this is a guy by the name of Courtney Solomon. And Courtney was the guy who got the rights to Dungeons and Dragons. He got the movie rights to it, and he had never directed a film before. And after acquiring the rights, he told the people he bought the rights from, hey, I'm going to go out and get a real director, get some great filmmakers. But he didn't. He decided to direct the film himself. And because he is, and the studio was okay with that, because he was like the world's biggest Dungeons and Dragons fan. This guy knew everything about Dungeons and Dragons. He was a huge Dungeons and Dragons fan. So obviously being a fan of the source material means you're going to make a good movie, right? Well, no. Even Jeremy Irons couldn't save that piece of garbage. It's one of the worst films like ever made. It's so bad. It's one of those films that are so bad it's fun to watch. Yeah. But no, like, what does being a fan of the game have to do with anything? Michael Fassbender's going to get a script. He's not writing the movie. He's going to get a script. He's an amazing performer. He's going to go in there. He's going to give a great performance, and the movie's going to be better for it. So no, the fact that he's never played the game before, absolutely zero influence on how good or bad the movie's going to end up being. Schnepp, how do you see it?
Jeremy Irons, I don't have a video game player! That's from Dungeons & Dragons. The biggest overacting I've ever seen in my life. I will have your dragon game! I think it's that he's never played a game ever. Maybe he played something in the 80s, like a stand-up arcade game and you used to have to put quarters in the slot. It doesn't matter. He's a great actor. I mean, that's his thing, is being in films and acting. So as long as he's producing, so as long as it's a good movie and he's happy with the script, I think that's great especially for Assassin's Creed people who play the game. Here you get to see your characters in an actual movie environment instead of like, oh, I'm watching a video, reenactment on screen,
Aaron?
I'll be honest, this bothers me a little bit. It really does. Fassbender's talent is not in question here. He's so great. 12 Years a Slave, amazing, mind-blowing. He's Oscar-worthy, hands down. But when a property like this that needs fan support, especially because video game movies don't historically do that well, it really, really relies on the support of the fan base there. And I think him saying, I don't care about the source material enough to play the game is kind of a slap in the face to people this might be their favorite video game.
I don't know if he said I don't care. He just said he doesn't have a video game box or player. Like, what are those things you plug into? I don't even have a TV. He should have said that.
But I think one of the things we need to do, and you're right, historically video games films have not done great. But then again, historically video game films have not been great at the same time. But I give gamers enough credit to know the difference between, hey, the dude's a great actor. It doesn't matter if he's played this game or not. All we care about is a great movie. And is it important if he's played a video game? Well, look, 12 Years a Slave, right? He's given what a lot of people are saying may be an Oscar-worthy performance. But I happen to know there was no video game called Slave Trader that he was a big fan of and was a passionate player of that game, and that's how he got into the role and really was passionate to play this horrible, evil character that he plays in 12 Years a Slave. He just went in, read the script, and did the movie. And I think he'll do the same thing for this one, too.
But I also bet that he read the book, or at least the parts of the book where his character's involved, and I think that's responsible homework to do as an actor.
Maybe.
I don't think he has to necessarily play the game.
Maybe
he can watch video gameplay videos of this game, but I think that's a little bit irresponsible.
I think Fassbender right now is playing all versions of Assassin's Creed. Somebody gave him a thing called a video game player, and all the versions, and he's like at home playing it.
I mean, you don't have to play it. You just YouTube it, and you can find someone else playing it and watch that.
I bet he's done that, though. I'm sure he knows the source material. He's just saying he hasn't played the game, and I'm sure he's playing it. Or before they start shooting, he'll have played hours.
And the guys who are writing the script, I guarantee you, are very familiar with the source material. That'll be passed on to Fassbender. So we'll see how gamers react to that news.
If you like this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to AMC Movie News on YouTube. It's free and a great way to stay updated with all the latest movie news, and check out our daily show, AMC Movie Talk. Also, don't forget to check us out on Facebook and Twitter to stay in the loop for our special prizes, giveaways, and contests.